Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I don't know how many of you hit this little sniper with me. Took a minute to play itself out, but we got this little put trade down into 25%. Um, I was getting my screen set up to stream when the switchover was happening, so I didn't alert that 25% winner there. I took a chunk off. I've still got a little bit left here, so we'll see if we want to continue to roll or if this is going to be our bounce point. So, do you want to catch that with me? In fact, you might have gotten a better entry because of this sort of bounce that it made. It came down into VWAP and then it kind of bounced up. Maybe got a little bit better entry. Maybe got about 30% or so. Um, so a couple of things I'm in. I'm kind of bouncing around, looking at a bunch of different things. I'm playing this Tesla chart. I'm playing it from down here on an opening range break, and it's consolidating nicely. Now, what's difficult is when you're okay. I'm playing a short term put trade in the SPY, but then I've got these longs I'm sitting in. I don't want them to completely roll over, so you kind of have to compartmentalize your trades a little bit, right? You have to say, okay, so the SPY rollover is just a short term trade, while these other ones still maintain and look good ideally. Right, and you can see how quick they are. I put this trade in, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, little 15-minute trade, right? Sometimes they're even faster than that. So typically they're not on for very long. These sniper trades. I'm also playing Riley here with everyone else. I was in Riley yesterday, added on the dip, and so if we can get this thing to break up above 720, I think we're really in business. I'm out next week, so I've got time, right? I'm not sweating theta decay. I'm not too worried about any of that. So obviously, if it rolls over, I'm gonna stop out. But it's not really causing me a lot of stress right now, which is nice. I'm also playing ABT. ABT spiked up. It kind of does that in the morning a little bit, and then it fades off. It faded off right back down into this value area low. So I added right down here because my stop was directly below that. And then this one, I'm out into next week as well, and it's just taking its sweet time. And I'm not too worried about it. It's not a very fast mover, so it's a conservative trade, right? But the squeeze is still developing. It hasn't broke. It's probably now got a 65-minute squeeze or a 60-minute squeeze. Yeah, it might even have a 78. Yep. Does it have a 130? Let's see. Nope. Well, it's got a little tiny one starting. So this has got a 78-minute squeeze. This looks great. It's all the way up here near these highs, and just looking like it wants to keep pushing. So I like that one, and it's a low stress type trade. All right, let's see if anything else is going to maybe set up on a sniper trade. On ABT, if anybody likes that, I am in. I gotta close something. Hold on a sec. There we go. Let's go to ABT. I am in the March 7, 136 calls. Right now they're going for about 140, buck 40. And if you like that ABT trade, make sure you know where the stop level is, right? For me, a breakdown of 134.72, maybe give it a little bit of range, 134.50 is my stop, and I'm targeting kind of this 138 level, right? So if we come in here and we do a risk reward from an entry right here, here's our risk, here's our reward, about a 1 to 2.5. That's acceptable. Risking about $1 to make $2.27 on the underlying. I don't have a specific stop on Riley. Here we go. Let's see if this thing wants to push. But for me, it would be, you see this VP level here and kind of yesterday's low and this consolidation here on VP right here from all of these people right here. If we came down, this is where I added yesterday too. So if we came down and we broke that, I would be stopping out of this. So I guess I do technically have a stop. I just don't have one set on my chart. Yeah, but I'd love to hit 100% on Riley here. I'd like Tesla to break this level here. I'm playing hymns with everyone because that just seemed like fun. So I've got a lot of positions on at the moment, and a lot of quick lotto style positions. So adding more on a Friday, I'm not super excited about putting on a bunch more. I also like Fridays from a day trading perspective. Come on, Riley, let's push. Let's just watch Riley, shall we? That's probably a great idea. How many of you put a 8 in chat if you've hit 100% Riley trade this week? Yes. Oh, a lot of 8s. So if you've hit 100%er this week on Riley, that's amazing. You've got to be proud of yourself for that. These sort of quick lotto style plays, short dated, shooting for 100%. They're a lot of fun, but they come around. They're selective, right? You don't get those all the time. You get your 40 and your 50%ers and whatever. But being able to say you've hit a couple of 100%ers this week is pretty amazing, especially when we're actually celebrating the 100% winners. I think I've had 7 this week. I think D-Man's probably sitting at 8 or 9. Nate's, I think, hit 6 today, right? So what is that altogether? 8, almost 20 100% winners. Well, they should be HCE. They should. I'm profitable this week for sure. So, if you don't mind, if I sort of talk, well, I'm not talking directly to you, but it comes down to management of risk, right? So, if on trades that are not working, you're stopping out. Let's say you did 10 trades in total, and five of them, or even three of them, were 100% winners, and five of them were losers. If your losers are 30%, and your winners, those three or four, were 100% or close to 100%, that should be profitable. So it's just being able to manage the difference between your losers and your winners, and not letting losers go, to 100%, right? Then that's when you kind of can run into trouble. And that's what we do a lot of lessons in here on is I stop a loser, Andy. If you watch on was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday I did a session on setting a trade plan. And what did we set it on? We set it on Nike, right? So we set a trade plan on Nike, right, of the March 7s, $81 calls. And the stop for that, I used this again in a different options example, but the stop was around this 79.65 level, this yellow line that I put in here. And for our example, it was up here, right? So it was actually at almost 80. When we were looking at a squeeze play in Nike. Well, we were playing this on a 30-minute chart. Okay, so once we broke today, right? If I was long this Nike play, and if I had been long into this morning on these $81 calls, and we broke down, we gapped down, and then we didn't recover back up above my stop, and we came in, we held. If we look at like a 2-minute chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. We gapped down this morning. Whoops, I did not mean to move that line. And then we came up here and we held and we held and we held, and then we started to roll. That tells me after about 30 minutes, I want to wait for a 30-minute candle to close, that trade is busted. And so I would be stopping out of that trade. And we can do this whole, my afternoon session, by the way, if any of you are going by the schedule and trying to see one person or the other specifically, which I can't imagine you are, but just as a public service announcement, D-Man and I are swapping our sessions this afternoon. So D-Man will do the 2 o'clock and I will do the 2:30. So that's not reflected on the actual schedule itself, but we're swapping. I have a quick appointment that I'm worried that I won't be back for the start of my session for. So D-Man and I are switching, but I can change my session this afternoon from 0 DTE options to psychology and stopping out. If everyone in here would prefer. Let me see if I can. I'm going to do a poll here really quick. Let's see. Polls. Nietzsche afternoon session preference. Just a minute here. Takes just a little bit. It takes just a little bit of doing to get this thing typed up. And stopping out. All right, let's see. What do we think? Did it come up? Wasn't he doing a super lotto? Ooh, 0 DTE options coming out on top. Ooh, it's a battle. It's a battle. I don't know what D-Man's session is, but he could also do a trade psychology and stopping out. All right. Well, I guess we got 4 minutes, so everybody can vote as they come along. Um, I mean, Nate's session this morning, lottos are essentially a zero DTE session. But I'm also going to talk a little bit about um, credit spreads and iron condors and stuff like that on a zero DTE options. Riley's popping. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, short squeeze. I'd really love to watch a real short squeeze. I should pull time and sales up so we can watch. I bet there's a big seller up here that's trying to hold it down. Oh, yeah, sure. Here's your magnet. Well, let's go up a little higher. We want like what, 820? Ooh, it's an ugly magnet. Yikes. It's hard to believe I was actually a graphic designer at one point, isn't it? Trying with a mouse is hard. It's like a crayon. Come on, come get us. Here, I'll also use our secret paid indicator. That you got to know somebody to get it, right? Come on, Riley, we want to go this way, right? This way. Yeah, Steve. I miss parts. I mean, I still kind of do some stuff for fun, but uh, there is the creative element of trading, but you just don't get that. You have to flex that creative muscle a different way. Is my mic on? I hope it's on. Can everybody hear me? Yeah, advertising's fun, Steve. What was your favorite client that you ever worked with? Like not the people, but the brand. You see my lips moving? I hope you can't see my lips moving. That'd be bad. That would mean I have my camera on. Nobody wants that. Oh, nice. Timberland would have been fun. All right, come on, Riley. Let's do it. Let's do it. Just push. All right. So what did what did we come to? All right, zero DTE options it is. Psychology be damned. How about this? I will do a session next week, a live session, like while we're all uh, trading and whatnot. My first session for next week, I'll do trading psychology and stopping out. That'll be my first session. So if you wanna get into the weeds on that, join us next week, and that'll be my very first session. Because I believe that learning to do that. In fact, at one point I did like a stop out challenge, and which sounds really funny. Like I wanted to get to 100 perfect stop outs. Dude, that's a sweet, sweet magnet. You know it. Um, you know what I should have done is made it red and then made these silver. We could do a whole drawing class here. Um, it's better than your vacuum, Nate, that you used to draw. Looked like a hunchbacked dog that was vomiting. Um, you'd like me to do my afternoon session on magnet drawing. You got it. I'll do a full 30 minutes on the subtle nuances of magnet drawing. Hi, J-Dub. Welcome. There are a whole host of videos that are posted, recordings and videos and FAQs just below the stream. If you scroll up on the stream and you look at the schedule and then headquarters, you'll see recordings, FAQs, videos, talks about all of that stuff. We also have two different like welcome videos. I did one TPL intro. There's a link to it there. That'll kind of show you where everything is, what charts we use, etc. And all of Nate's videos are below. And then D-Man and I have a bunch that we have posted up on YouTube. So there's quite a few ways to kind of get caught up on what we do. There it is. That's the other one. Neophytes. I always forget what that one is. Thank you, John. And I probably would have tried to spell it with an F and mess the whole thing up. Yeah, the magnet's on. Don't you see the little squiggles? It's sucking. I mean, look, this is price action, right? Up, pull back, find fair value, up, pull back, find fair value, up, pull back, find a fair value, right? So this is following the trend, right? So pull back to the moving averages. Hopefully we get, maybe we'll form a little ascending triangle here. We'll do it again, and then we'll go. Maybe the whole market decides it doesn't want to play anymore and rolls over, but I don't know. I think Riley's going to be unfazed. I think Riley's doing its own thing. J-Dub, there's two kind of ways to do it. You need options approval from your broker. If you want to just buy, sell option calls or puts, you need options level 1 approval. It's pretty easy to get. If you want to day trade those options, you need. Generally, you'll need 25K or more in the account to be able to take more than 3 trades in a 5 calendar day. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you. Or you can use a cash account, and that's just a setting in your broker. And obviously ask them. They have to change it to a cash account, which means that you can trade as much capital as you have in the account each day, and then it resets. Not resets the value, but just resets the amount that you can then trade the following day. So you don't have any margin. Ray, for 0 DTE, do you need 25K? No, you don't. It depends on your broker, though. Some brokers are doing, because 0 DTEs are really popular now, They think they need to protect the account holders, and so some won't let you trade 0DTE at all. Some require a couple of, somebody said today that one broker requires over $1 million to trade 0DTE. Oh, come on, here we go. Yeah, what we want to see is price push up like this, right? Not necessarily a huge wick, right? And then we want to see a massive volume spike, and we know that it's game on. Game on, right? 0DTE is 0 days to expiration options, which means you're buying an option that expires that day, or selling an option, whatever you're doing, right? 0 days. It means you're only controlling that 100 shares of stock for 1 day. You can get these outsized moves. It's very inexpensive, but there's also quite a bit of risk. Fidelity really requires $1 million in the account to trade 0DTE. That is bananas. Lou, I did a whole session on the SPY snipers. That's up on YouTube. And I also have an entire, what would you call it? Like a playlist of 0DTE videos on YouTube. So I'll give you that link. Oh, John beat me to it. He always does. Every once in a while I can beat John to it, and I'm pretty proud of myself. But John's quick. Thank you. Yeah, Fidelity. You don't need that for most accounts. And I wonder if Fidelity would have that requirement if it was just a cash account, because you can only blow up your account. You can't out-margin yourself with a cash account. There's no leverage, right? Yeah, you could day trade, but not just on the expiration day. And you can do like these sniper trades. You can do the exact same thing with 1 day to expiration, right? You can come in here and say, okay, well, let me pull this over, right? I want to play these snipers, but whoops, let's go to SPY. I want to play these snipers, right? But they won't let me trade 0DTE. So I'm just going to trade the next day, which is, in this case is 3 days from now, March 3rd, because it's Friday. And you're paying a little bit more per contract, but it's the same idea. It's the same delta. It's the same strike price. It's the same level of movement. You don't have any theta decay. Right, and so maybe just depending on the size of your account, you can't take as many strikes, but you're still not. It's not the end of the world, right? You could do these if you liked them, and you wanted to play with them. You could do them with 1 DTE options. You've been doing that with your 0DTE or your snipers, doing on 1 DTE? You bet. It is right there. Yeah. So the 1 DTEs are easy. Yeah, Chuck, that works as well. Okay, so that's it for this little trading session. I was hoping we'd see Riley break. Maybe I'll hang on the mic for another couple of minutes. We're into the lunch hour, so Sergio, this is Nate G. Yeah, Dominic, that's the paid sniper. That's the sniper. What do you call it? That's the indicator that I use for that Sniper Pro stuff. Is that Lux Algo? Yeah, I trade in Toss. I have a couple of different accounts. I do have one cash account with them. Yep. But I also have a margin account. I also have an IRA account. Quite a bit. Do we need this? Do we need this? More magnet. More magnet. Here, we'll do another one over here. Need a magnet icon that I can just put up there. Heck yeah. The double magnet will get it. J Nibs, I just put it into chat just above. That's the paid version, and then if you want the free version, I could share that with you here, and that should just completely load for you. If you want, this is the. Oh, wait, there it is. Nope, that's the video. And if you're going to use that, if you're going to use the paid version, in the link I sent, I have a setup video for you right here. That's if you're using this indicator here. We got some negative ticks coming in. Market just can't get out of its own way at the moment. JNibs, there's a link to it. It's the name of the indicator is Lux Algo. But you have to have a subscription to it. You see, when I go to my indicators, it's here. But you have to have the subscription to it to load it. Okay, I'll turn those magnets on, and then I'm going to jump off because it's the lunch hour. I will see you all back at 2:30. Remember, D-Man and I are switching our sessions for this afternoon. And then don't miss the Three Amigos session. That's always pretty fun. Members can ask questions. We typically do quite a bit of bantering because that's kind of just what we do. I'm sure D-Man and I will get to fight about who's had more 100% winners this week because we were having a little bit of a contest. But if you haven't joined yet, remember we have a 5-week basics training session for everyone that's really kind of new to trading as a whole. We'll talk about charts and how to set those up so your charts look exactly like our charts. We'll talk about candlesticks, what these things mean, what the red candlestick mean, what the hollow candlesticks mean, and how to read those when you go. Darn it, I got rid of my magnets right when it looked like it needed them. when you go from a 78-minute chart to a oh man, are we gonna break out here? God, that'd be great. To a 10-minute chart and what those mean and why the candles form the way they do. We'll talk about VWAP. We'll talk about options. Teach you how to find the right option contract, how to calculate your risk, all those things, and it'll be done after hours, so that there's nobody in here that's like, hey, check out this chart, or what should we do with this chart. It's just for learning purposes for all of you that have joined, that are new to the system and to trading. You can ask all the questions you want. We'll have a full hour of no dumb questions, meaning you can ask any question and it's not dumb, because if you actually have a question, I'm sure there's 50 other people in the room that have the exact same question. MRK, yes, we will record that, but that will not be posted up to YouTube or anything public. It will be for members only here in DPL. We're going to do 5 of them. D-Man and I are going to trade off each week and do these intro sessions. So I'm really excited about that, because I love teaching. Like, I love to trade, and I love teaching people how to do. There's nothing better than seeing somebody, type in chat that they just took a sniper trade and hit 80%, and they did it all on their own because I didn't alert something, or I wasn't in the room, or they just saw it on their own. And it's like, or a TPS style trade, and they've found that success all by themselves from things that I've taught them or we've taught them. There's absolutely nothing better. It makes me, it's just so joyous to see people succeed doing something that you also love to do. So, that's pretty cool, and that's what you get with this community in here. How do you access that, Gordon? It's all for all new members. Any new member will start next week with the beginner trading sessions. They'll be after hours. The first one, I believe, is Tuesday next week, and that'll be my session. Okay, everyone, I'm off. I'm putting Nate's screen up. Nate, I hope you have, I don't know if you're listening, I hope you have Riley up, because, and please do make sure there's some magnets on there, because we want to watch this thing break out and run, okay? If this thing can get going, we could get a nice little push here. So be ready with your, with your exit orders. If this thing wants to run. It has room to run quite a bit, but don't be afraid to pay yourself on the way up. Take 1 or 2 off. This might be it, Nate. This might be it. Maybe I don't want to jump off the mic so quick. This. Come on. You want to. Someone's up here holding it down. I don't have my level 2 available, but it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if Matt's in here or D-Man is here. Is there a large seller up here at 721? 720? Finally read that. Do I have Riley up? I've got a great one, it kind of like does the bear crap in the woods. I'll share it with you in Slack, and then you can let me know if it's appropriate to share in the room. It's my absolute favorite. It makes me laugh every single time. And it's from Letterkenny, if anybody ever watches that show. I got it from there. It's absolutely hilarious. Oh, come on. Don't just double top. Do us a favor. Ooh, I didn't like that. Shorzy. Is fat meat greasy? No, it's not that one. It has to do with a duck. But it's slightly inappropriate. All right, I'll draw the magnets, but I'm switching over to Nate's screen, and I know he's got magnets. All right. Okay. I'll talk to you guys this afternoon. Go get some lunch, rest up, watch this Riley. It's gonna pop, I think. Talk to you all later.